Sutra. Contemplator of sounds, listen well to what I say. A star Bodhisattva is an unending wonder. Hundreds of millions of years is time too brief to fully describe the powers of this great being. If people can but hear the name a star, bow to his image, revere and worship him, offer incense, flowers, clothes, food, and drink, such acts will bring them thousands of joys. If they can dedicate such merit to the Dharma realm, they will become Buddhas, ending birth and death. Contemplator of sounds know this well, and tell everyone, everywhere in lands, as many as the Ganges sends. Commentary. Contemplator of sounds, listen well to what I say. A star Bodhisattva is an unending wonder. All of us Bodhisattvas' awesome spirit and vows are inconceivable, unthinkable, and ineffable. Hundreds of millions of years is time too brief. Do not tell me that this is a short period of time. Even if it is as long as billions of years in time, I cannot finish. So fully describe the powers of this great being. To explain in detail the spiritual power of a star Bodhisattva, if people can but hear the name a star, or beyond hearing a star Bodhisattva's name, bow to his image, revere and worship him, offer a wide array of incense, flowers, clothes, food, and drink as offerings for a star Bodhisattva, such acts will bring them thousands of joys. Offerings to a star Bodhisattva are more supreme than offerings to billions and billions of other Bodhisattvas. They will definitely enjoy supremely wonderful bliss in the future if they can dedicate such merit from making offerings to a star Bodhisattva, bow to a star Bodhisattva, or recite a star Bodhisattva's name to all beings of the Dharma realm. They will definitely become Buddhas, ending birth and death. Contemplator of sounds know this well, and tell everyone everywhere in lands as many as the Ganges sends. You must go and proclaim the merit and virtue, wonderful uses of spiritual powers of a star Bodhisattva. Notify all beings throughout as many countries as the number of sand grains in the Ganges River. This is what you should do to propagate the vows of a star Bodhisattva. Chapter 13. The Enchantment of People and Gods. Sutra. At that time, the world-honored one extended his gold-colored arm and again rubbed the crown of the head of a star Bodhisattva Mahasattva, saying, A star, your spiritual powers, compassion, wisdom, and eloquence are inconceivable. Even if all Buddhas of the 10 directions were to proclaim their praises of your inconceivable deeds, they could not finish in thousands of millions of years. Commentary. This chapter on the enchantment of people and gods is chapter 13 and the final chapter. What is the enchantment? Enchantment means to instruct and burden those in the heavens and human realm with the work of propagating the sutra of the past vows of a star, Amitabha Bodhisattva. Circulate this sutra so that all beings receive the benefits from this practice. At that time, the world-honored one, the Buddha Shakyamuni, extended his golden-colored arm and again rubbed the crown of the head of a star Bodhisattva. He had rubbed a star Bodhisattva's head earlier, but now he rubs the crown of this great Bodhisattva's head again in particular. Rubbing the crown of someone's head is a sign of compassion and care in Buddhism. Saying to him, a star, the awesome powers of your spiritual penetrations are inconceivable and ineffable. He says, A star Bodhisattva, no other Bodhisattva can compare to you in terms of your spiritual powers and strength. This kind of spiritual powers and strength are inconceivable and ineffable. You can be said to be most outstanding and most special. Your supernatural powers are incredible. Your compassion is indeed inconceivable and ineffable. You made vows saying, unless the hells are empty, I will not become a Buddha. I will only realize Bodhi when all beings are saved. Great kindness and great compassion such as this comes from the power of great vows that no other Bodhisattva has made. You, a star Bodhisattva, alone have the power of such greatly kind and greatly compassionate vows. Your wisdom is inconceivable. The Buddha says, a star, very few Bodhisattvas can compare to you in terms of your great wisdom. This kind of great wisdom is also inconceivable and ineffable. Your eloquence is inconceivable. You enjoy the four unobstructed eloquences: eloquence in phrasing, eloquence in meaning, eloquence in delight, in speaking, and eloquence in the Dharma. Your unobstructed eloquence is also inconceivable and ineffable. Even if all Buddhas of the 10 directions were to proclaim their praises of your spiritual powers, compassion, wisdom, and eloquence, of your inconceivable deeds, stories, and achievements, they could not finish in thousands of millions of years. They could not finish in 1,000 or 10,000 gradients because there are so many. Sutra. A star. Remember this entrustment that I am again making here in the Trayastrimsha Heaven, in this great assembly of uncountable millions of billions of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, gods, dragons, and the rest of the Eightfold Division. I again entrust to you the gods, people, and others who are still in the burning house and have not yet left the triple world. Do not allow those beings to fall into the evil destinies, even for a single day and night, much less fall into the fivefold relentless hell or the Ivashri hell, where they would have to pass through thousands of billions of years with no chance of escape. Commentary. A star. Remember this adjustment that I am again making here in the Trayastrimsha Heaven. A star Bodhisattva, you must remember how I, Shakyamuni Buddha, here in the Trayastrimsha Heaven today, in this great assembly of uncountable millions of billions of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, gods, dragons, and the rest of the Eightfold Division, such as Gandharvas, Asuras, Garudas, Kinnaras, Maharagas, humans, non-humans, and other ghosts and spirits of the Eightfold Pantheon. I again entrust to you the gods, people, and others. It is essentially all beings in the human realm and heavens, and all beings who are still in the burning house and have not yet left the triple world. The burning house of the desire realm, form realm, and formless realm. I leave all these beings with you. Do not allow those beings to fall into the evil destinies, even for as long as a single day and night, much less fall into the fivefold relentless hell or the Ivashri hell, where they would have to pass through thousands of billions of years with no chance of escape. Before they escape, protect all beings and prevent them from falling into the evil destinies. You should know that a day and a night in the heaven of the four kings are 50 years in the human realm. A day and a night in the human realm, 500 years in the house. The reason for that is because there is a lot of joy in the heavens. Time goes by quickly for people who are enjoying themselves. Due to the suffering in the human realm, that period in the human realm is 50 years. Hells are even more miserable than the human realm. When beings suffer, time seems longer. For instance, when we are distressed and melancholy, the day seems extremely long. Conversely, if you were happy, time goes by imperceptibly and the day has gone. This proves the contrast between the human realm and the house, and that the day and night in human realm are 500 years in the house. This is why Shakyamuni Buddha told us Bodhisattva to make sure that beings do not fall into the relentless house for even one day and one night, because they will feel like they have no chance of escape forever. Sutra. Astore, the beings of Southern Jambudvipa have irresolute wills and natures. They habitually do many evil deeds. Even if they resolve to do good, they soon renounce that resolve. If they encounter evil conditions, they tend to become increasingly involved in them. For those reasons, I reduplicate thousands of billions of bodies to transform beings, take them across, and liberate them, all in accord with their own fundamental natures. Commentary. Astore. Shakyamuni Buddha called on Astore Bodhisattva again, saying, the beings of Southern Jambudvipa of the Saha world, where we have to be patient, have irresolute wills and natures. Their determination and thoughts are unfixed, reaching suddenly for the heavens and suddenly for the earth. Suddenly they develop faith and suddenly they do not. They are always changing with no fixed place. They habitually do many evil deeds. There are always more beings who learn evils. For instance, you ask them to come and listen to the sutra lectures. They are always unwilling. They seem especially afraid of tossing out their evil when they come here and listen to the sutra lectures. What can you do? Undaunted by doing evil, they protect their evil and refuse to change. So, more learn to be evil. People do not need anyone to teach them how to gamble. For example, they go to a casino and they quite naturally know to pull the handle to the slot machine. They pull and know either they win or lose. No one needs to teach them. They are very smart about gambling in Reno or Las Vegas. They understand without a teacher. On the other hand, if you were to teach them good, they do not seem to get it no matter what. They do not even have faith in goodness, hence more learn to be evil. The Buddha knew about our habits long ago. He looks into beings' bones and marrow and knows everything that is there. Even if they resolve to do good, they soon renounce that resolve. After a while, they regret it. I wonder if all of my donations are of any use. Emperor Wu of the Liang dynasty in China, for example, said, I built so many temples, converted so many monks, donated and made offerings. How much merit do I have? I wonder if I have any merit. He then retreats. Soon, in a very short time, they withdraw from everything. If they encounter evil conditions, which are impure conditions, they lead to one's fall. Any cause that leads to one's fall is considered an evil condition. Some examples of evil conditions include doing something stupid, getting angry, being greedy for money or sex, being hateful and wishing to murder and commit arson, being stupid in wanting what you cannot own. They become increasingly involved in them. Each thought grows and becomes stronger. For those reasons, I manifest thousands of millions of transformation bodies. Shakyamuni Buddha says that beings are so difficult to save. Even if they were to resolve to do good, they retreat very soon. If they encounter evil conditions, they become increasingly involved in them. For these reasons, I, Shakyamuni Buddha, divided my body to take them across and liberate them, all in accord with their own fundamental natures. I will use millions and millions of expedient practices to teach beings based on their faculty and nature to save all beings so that they live suffering and attain bliss. This section is an iteration of a previous one from the chapter on karmic retributions, and the intention is to again exhort us to emulate the Buddha, to manifest the transformation bodies, to take living beings across and liberate them. Sutra. Astor, I now earnestly entrust the multitudes of gods and people to you. If in the future among gods and people there are good men or women who plant a few good roots in the Buddha Dharma, be they as little as a strand of hair, a mote of dust, a grain of sand, or a drop of water, then you should use your powers in the way to protect them, so that they gradually cultivate the unsurpassed way and do not get lost or retreat from it. Commentary. Shakyamuni Buddha again says, Astor, I now earnestly entrust, due to my sincere and tremendous expectation to you, the multitudes of gods and people to you. I trust them with you, leave them with you. If in the future is a time that includes me and you now, when Astor Bodhisattva and Shakyamuni Buddha signed this contract, they included you, me, and all beings. If among gods and people there are good men or women, see, this essentially includes you and me. You are a good man or a good woman, and I am a good man or a good woman. We are not evil men or women. An evil man or woman cannot sit still here. One sits down and is ready to run because one seems to have sat on a bed of needles. Because you are a good man or good woman, you can sit down and not want to leave. The more you listen, the more you enjoy listening. The more you enjoy listening, the more you find it interesting. That is why you do not want to leave. Who plant a few good roots in the Buddha Dharma. See how we have hope. Don't worry, everyone. Now that Shakyamuni Buddha and Astor Bodhisattva have signed this any little bit of good roots in the Buddha Dharma, be they as little as a strand of hair, a mote of dust, a grain of sand, or a drop of water among all the grains and drops of the Ganges River, then you should use your powers in the way. Although they do very little, what is done with good intentions. You must contemplate with your eye of the way, use the strength of your spiritual penetrations, supernatural powers, compassion, wisdom, and eloquence to protect them. Guide those who cultivate even these little amounts of good roots, so that they gradually cultivate the unsurpassed way. Make them cultivate this unsurpassed way more each day and understand it more each day, and do not get lost or retreat from it. Do not let them renounce their resolve for Bodhi. Some people may wonder, the sutra says that beings will be supported by Astor Bodhisattva if they do only so little, but we do so much and have not won the support of Astor Bodhisattva. I have not seen Astor Bodhisattva come and support me. You have not seen Astor Bodhisattva supporting you. You know, if you did not plant that little bit or an abundant amount of good roots, then you may have died in that car crash. You only incurred a slight injury and not death, because Astor Bodhisattva was protecting you. Or how come you became cured all of a sudden? Would you experience this kind of miracle if Astor Bodhisattva was not protecting you? Someone else says, I have never been in car accidents or experienced any illness, so does that mean Astor Bodhisattva does not protect me? Do you recall the time when you were on a boat and it nearly capsized? Astor Bodhisattva was protecting you and prevented the boat from turning over. You just did not know about it. Someone else then says that he has never been in a boat, but you take flights and have not met any crashes. This is also because of Astor Bodhisattva's protection. For example, some people are afraid when they ride airplanes. Will the airplane fall from such heights? Why are they afraid? It is because of their heavy karmic obstructions from the past. So they are afraid that such karmic obstructions will hurt them and make them plummet. Fortunately, they study the Buddha Dharma, so the plane does not fall from the air. Some say, I am not fearful of anything. You are not afraid. That is courage and protection granted to you by a star Bodhisattva. A star Bodhisattva is more efficacious in the above situations. Every one of you should believe in a star King Bodhisattva, because a star King Bodhisattva signed a contract with Shakyamuni Buddha while in the Trayastrimsha Heaven. It is a rigorous contract that protects you and me and all beings now, because a star Bodhisattva is responsible. So have a faith.